Chimasiki babegeta sobosio. Kono torikorora muntu. No ene sauti yabo bagukwana nse lakini bagukwana Kiswahili. Ntuntura oni buremo. Lakini bagota muna no buremo muna reta chibesa.
Chinga kechiga obutuki bogenderete na bagwemiro bilyo ya koeni wa ya chakire. Ngobono baruro kubulia guchese serikali wesonya ime na kwenekya nga ya mateyega ya nyorire oboene.
Kubulia serikali enkonye nyoro bumaine bwo mugakone inkige kogera gwetera amarimo no burimo no bwasobo abumo matarasa arwete korwa
reka sekenyero kya Ratandi wodi ya Bogusero miye bunge ya Kitutu cha South area nenkoro kwa Dipon asanya
mulikito Dipon asanya ha soroboti uruo abonchelia koruo ha sensemo ya Nyamataro himeye county ya Kisii ikobairera sare nene magega yababwatani bekiombe gya kena uja kibeno gutagarwa kwe bibanda bire barabare ne para enene ya Kisii kogendo yugisi bagukwana abonchelia abo nigo bene kibuna abuno konye bakonyorengeri yabo aya kerali tukasibaga nirgo sirwa eliko gendereli nobokoreli bwabo
Itoko chidrato ora kiasa toko chibon kakitoko kora muna kanyona reti chingeni kayingo chira kati
Jina ni Davis Wafula, mimi mfanya biashara hapa Nyamataro. So tulipata maaskari wamekuja bila notice. Juu tungepewa notice tujipange, vitu zetu zimeharibika za mali mingi. So wamebomoa na wameharibu vitu mingi. Sasa kama hii ndio serikali ya Kisii County yenye tunatarajia, sisi kama wakaazi wenye tunalipia ushuru hapa, tunakandamizwa hivi, hatuoni kama tunaenda mahali. Kama ni siasa inachangia vitu zetu zinaharibiwa hivi, juu tunaona ni side moja imeharibiwa na side zingine ziko sawa, ziko kwa barabara. So tunataka good leadership in Kisii. Kama Simba wewe umeshindwa kazi Kisii, unatuharibia vitu, shauri yako, lakini ujue Mungu wako na tutaendelea tu. Sasa tunaomba Mungu atusaidie twende mahali penye kuna uongozi mzuri.
Gavana wa kaunti ya Nyamira Muskamus Nyaribo ni gara umurebero bwo chakigwa kwa mache yo ranyarego kwena no bokoreri bwe kilomita 35 ase municipality ya Nyamira igono chia mate gwetani libweyamo kirachiwa konyeka aswa konyora macha yegenta tebona no kwenekikira mwananchi honyorire amachama yao
na ndi na mwaiwa pogo faulu we utility era depend ebintu bibere abantu wakane amache bakonyo eria kabere ekiagara kilomita nyito otumianga 2 million gopambo amache nere mwewa president ataete support ko ya sorolize to reduce ebirie ya amache into more than half baadaye ndokora sororization yangori tokora sororization nyansiongo ye inarenjira yoka turameke a company yetu are profit meaning yakane she expense chaye without county government rochaime wana igamba bwata madeni a 14 million yestima ayakogera ayesumbwete gwaka tore sabu na torenga kito bakonya kayende ikerwo na ribara anse buronge gazi yabo bakane cyomutinyi na ndio umututo kubega sororization ecyomutinyi kirabe chinke igonto nyare we sustain ourselves
activity as a last mile connectivity a contracted on the ground ago cover 38 kilometers of pipeline. Already the contractor has done 23 kilometers at 15 kilometers yakore the 38 kilometers tiriabwenerete gokora and nturucha seta unibuna connections ya mache genderete out of the 38 ntobwate an additional 8 kilometers echibono chigo chigokoru ne utility ya Nyawasco abutware terachi mite batumie chi pipe echimoro chechire maega ya 70 rolls will cover 8 kilometers chi pipe echinchiri chigo connect from the main pipe to the consumer egere consumers banyare konyora amache. So at the end of the day abantu baitu banyare ko baba konyora amache all the time, and again connections chi amache chigenderere chigende igoro naende ko basababu naba abamenyi ba Nyamira tunyare go identify because the problem ene tubwate igaiga Nyamira illegal connections chiri chigerete utility yete nyora chibese bune bwirete konyora illegal connections nero tubwate regoro na revenue water eso korora any leakage here. Please kabe ambassador ocho report to the office egere leakage yenyare ko ba fixed.
Omo seneta we county ya Nyamira Musko Kongo Mogene igaterune serikali banete kumukiri getambukero bali bakora obwoitiri baga yugwakana bali basiriria abamwabo ukwana kurwa samagacho yebunge ye senate omugeni niga mochiri kiburaburu chie negative asensemo ya Kembo ekero kyomukutano gesiasa wensemo ya linda mwananchi igagikere kore kiasa terubuna nigo bali babwateratine kolegio batari mukiri wa getambukero kende gyonsi igasabire wizara y'obulendi bwa imegwe sonane akwimukiri bali bakora kiburaburu igetambukere getindi kelichiko
to know whether it's the president who is supervising the police officers who are killing Kenyans. And then we respond by saying we have set 1.2 billion shillings to pay victims without accountability. We need to know, Madam Speaker, who killed the people being compensated. What action has been taken? It obligates the president to give a report to Parliament. I want to hear what will the president of the Republic of Kenya tell Parliament about the killings that we have witnessed. Madam Speaker, the constituency of Nyaribari Chache has been represented by prominent sons of Omogusi. We had Nyamwea, we had the late Omanga, we had Simeon Nyachai, we had Monda, there was Chris Bichage, then we had Richard Tongi, and now we have Zairi Jianda. And the people of Nyaribari Chache were magnanimous, gracious. They have elected Zairi Jianda. He's not from the Omogusi ethnic group, but they have extended grace to him and elected him as their member of parliament. And then you see reports, Madam Speaker, that the same MP is trying to meet violence against the sons and daughters of Omogusi. We are a very welcoming community, Madam Speaker. When Senator Sifuna and his friends visited Kisii, we welcomed them and we wanted them to come, talk to the people of Gusii, and then they leave without any violence, Madam Speaker. And that happened in several places, but when they reached Keumbu, Madam Speaker, they were attacked.
Chikenyoro kia nyamwachani me yegwadi etibe bunge ya noti mugirango County Nyamira igobeso kirena ko kerogo tubarwa we para heria chikobwatani abananchi bense meyo ko baroroberi obosombi palengana nabamenya bwe baterubuna heinere ntunde ntangani kegima bayinyoirwe hasokorwasi we para higento bagenda ete kogokera obaragwa yo mwemse bense meyo muskila mekiswe yenana
ngorukula mekiswe yo nyanja manyekanete bune nana osenya kianga nara manyekanete mono aseri tukoria rero indase kenyoro kia nyamwanchani abantu abambaro ku nyamwanchani abana abantu bamaitengiye goruku obwanchani babwata asende tindiko bokorera gosorigo nagekogera rero nateba na origeri family echi echirare nechi para so mpaka netie para bagwa access erinde banyare goikera chia igwe ichinde so nagekora ritukoria rero tuachirega erinde to make sure na batwarire para na ndege ntu gyo 10 abanani nabo bwate abamura bawo kore county ya Nyamira asengenja abamura buno ninje nabo bangikirite baganga approach bagante yo mwishimiwa no twakore Nyamira miaka iga ndubwati para tuguchiraka actually bago park chigari kanisa ruguru oroche kago ikama egekobe gasie ngong that is why rero twateba na tiga toche tubaigorere bareye erinde chenyare ko bakonya
ekenyoro yaito kyanya mwanjania gese tokina barabara thia yegwetaiga abantu bachande getamono ntuna barimi bechae ntuna barimi bekawa ntuna barimi bekibando ekera togotaka gosoka kibande ikiitu tokira ase ichiro ndori konyora inchira togochietia bono negento kiabeire gesiekane na astore wetera somo mseito atorete iraiga na ntogoteba yerosi mono wetania egere tonyore ribagarigia ebare gochakire Nyamwanjania yagenda baka bwo sobo mochumbe mosongo ngwae yaite gosoka ne beteri yamekwira na ndi bake esukuru Nyamwanjania
njasa marieta ne ntori kanyanto karisa mongina bwarisa bonjana mwana na chie chimate ase mwaete pare ye gweta mate bogeka ne ye gutira baka nandero gorari simu gweta magende kanisa ambo ne nabaira ne irimbi yamana soko torete roborabu umonta korwara no nyene gari ego jijario gete ne baka mwago gesona Moses ni buna ndanya saba mentere timore merwa
ekene kenyerukia Nyamwanjania abantu banyamwanjani boka banyene batsaidetie kole menkireje kurwe main ye bare iri mwasokera kurwalia gocha yaso aima ibone ko to combine abantu tuli ma tutari kunyara gosoko kiaria ibone ko to beba kukia kugisikaria kwa ende main iri kurwisinta yatwire ukinyamwanjani twanda kukitibu na kukisinta
toiwananire eigorwero siwe standard ebe para egutume kunakiro mundu ase ngenjo bonoga abeire commercial area asekiro mundu aganeti access akore biashara bindatagete
ati yabarimi hanena bo bakoirecha yabo hase tundubali ya Nyansiongo niko besokire na kulira bunamba chikwene kingolenda bareke melikia bogechae elio benyorere chikiro chinyinge okwana hase tundubali ochinga kibagwatekirwa chiratire echo barachi ko bwatikana no gukora obwibi bwe chikiro niko benekire bunamba chikogendera gusire kemerikyo asokwene kibuna ngechi kobakonya niko baganire kemerikyo kogendera helio kebakonye asa magimabo muri kitupoli kapokara robotirwa sinchira yobekira
omuchando nanene boboteneri bwe kemerikyo gicha kurastin ameyorgongo rwagusi niko gendete kwa abalimi amaisugusu yento kolengana munaro bagendete kobara asara enene
kurwasa amatuka magega amaene omochando yo woboibi obeiro kogenderera ase amatuka mange na twabeto kuyobwate gochie factory asabara ibaito balingana bwa director lakini intoranyora machibu kurwaroro na boboibi bogendete day after day bokomiso muremi
kulendeli tukulya lero egati abalimi kurwase ebunge yega yaborabu awakwira echa yabo ase kigwandikiri kya Nyansiongo nigo banyarako bakonyora omweso eyemaga yokubwatokirwa chiratiri ejo barakunyaraka baba gutumika kuriyeria bene elyo kubwekania muna chire chabakarani nenjira yamayo gusiria obwibi obwiga
twagokire rero korora rero bagunduire batokonyire batoreteirwo omonto batoreteire kirenya egotoretera chikiro burunge ego ni ntore no mogoko manana ekwara konya chikiro chito gachikoigwa matuka mange igachiko chaite torora bono ngana tutika twagokire korore kirenya ekogeraga bagutinga ikiro batinga ikire ba nandi bamanya kunaja ase chae bana chikiro ibere ase bunia
palimi abutwasangana barabukurase tundubali ali amatutu nigo barokiwa kwabo kubwatikanamo eratiri yegabanyarako bakoreterwa enyarako bagekuigwa namone eratiri yo mukarani ndohono batebira tunyarako bakuheneke bunango bekabareke biro eli gusiria obwibi
esinge mwatu warokiri obwibi na bwarenge twanyorire ngo maene ngo birutore n'abakarani bejikiro kiri cyamagega twatebire mbiyamo na simigozi
obwibi bwabeiro bonge sana lakini bono gochimotumboro chikobo ekyare twanyorire kiro migosi atoreteire
asensemo yende nigo bagenda ko bakomotogi ha musikigere maya migosi uyobera sumunstari usukwirira abalimi abegokurase county ya Nyamira nakumuganya agendere kweneke bunango bekale abateneri bechayiga ekebiro ili gusiria ayatari amaya asekemerekeiga
igogenderera mangana ikwa twanyare ko batokorora eli obokurumi bonyare ko bogosira obo maene bororekane naye tugusabira asogweta nobuya bwao
iginko reporter ya Getaseni kya wanjete kya Getembe inchego ngoro kwa Polycarp okara
Mulikito Polycarp kara sorobotiru na sorobotiru monchumu ligere atanyoro mutimo komo keto kwira na ntugende ne kyonga sinjira yobwikira
Eduka ya Uhuru Superstores iyo gutoka imiyomo cy'obusongo nkonya bale ebintu buna bono mbabwate esukari kurwasa che company ao obusi bw'engano amavuta y'icingeni kurwasa che company ao amajani kurwasa company lya Keteba echumbi ya Kensalt egati bintu binde binge bwigo nkonya bale chirangiche company ya Crown asibego bakonya amabati kurwasa company lya MRM aywale ayechi size ao nabego ni chirangi ao nkonya bale black sheet egati bintu binde binge inyura nka mbabwa tobokoreri obu yabuna bono uyabo bosombi gose transportation mbabwa tobokoreri wa forklift asibego bokoreri wa which customer care buri obu ibirengo bigoro to tigara magega agirira rero bwikumbolere ibintu biga aserigurira mu buko asamange totalere asinsemo cha Uhuru complex eyirangi na magacho Safaricom hoigo no tukutuka sakro ku JM Towers angena credit bank ime yomuchi bosongo bakere simgwetera search number chabo 0111 161 500 Uhuru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani. Ine kwabiri gukorya road show track iyo bwategyo girija iyo iratigo mu musogo cyase abategereri ultimate road show track experience neyemo y'ubungenjo bunde kwabiri gukorya track yiga ya road show iyo rakorere product launch use emisangerekano ya siasa brand activation use emisangerekano ya cooperative egatiye chi road show chinde chinyinge bono nigo twakoretere track yibwateri bagaliya eyekerero nabwigo ebwate ebintu byonsi bya sound system eryogiria nigo liri ya kigema eryo lichujugire ligo kwana nechinguru nabwigo likira bantabange nigo babwata chi DJ Chanjere chi MC nabwigo track yenabo kujitumika asobokorera live performance nigo tokurwa obokoreri wito chinsemo abuna bono Nairobi, Mombasa, Kisumu, Eldoret amoneji county chonsi emergency ya Kenya street ya goteka babuna street endionsi chingaki obunjeli bwago ne biasara byakinirwe aka esimgwetera senamba 0704765412 nyora chitrake chiga eldio oikera bantabange
nchumo rigerelia abaraibo kwamirelia serikali bakorawa n'umurabiki amake wipa Karonso Musyoka nigo maruro kubolia go chiase kiombe kyo bacholi chimbebe IBC kwene kibuna gechokorero bwene n'ubwasyo kwa sobacholi bwa Olikarau uborobeiri go chiokorekana hase ikiyiga ukona chinge kicho nigo baruro kubolia go chi ase abana nchibensemeyo kwene kibuna ngo esoke baraso bunge hasogo chiwa kachikure chiase boigo wagikeri chiburaburu echo chigendete kwene kiwa.
Do not allow yourselves to become instruments of violence on behalf of any political interest. Refuse to be recruited into gangs. Refuse to retaliate against fellow citizens. These are your brothers and sisters. Protect one another. Uphold the Constitution and insist that political differences be resolved through lawful institutions, not through the streets. To the IBC, as you preside over Al-Kalau by-election, do so under the law and perform your duties with utmost professionalism and impartiality. We have seen the statement by Mr. Efcon. The only thing I remember is saying, don't take photos, whatever. Don't use your phones and what have you. This for Mr. Efcon. We're telling it to you directly and your team. If you bungle Al-Kalau, Kenyans have absolutely no reason to hold you in high esteem.
We can reject violence as a means. The goons are coming from our homes as citizens, our neighborhoods, our communities. Let us talk to each other. And to the police, the few rogue who are working hand in hand with goons. Remember, you destroy Kenya, you too will not have a home.
We have seen invitation cards circulating where William Ruto has purportedly invited 20,000 residents of Okalau. He does not refer to them as voters, although the residents of Okalau are the ones who are going to vote, to State House tomorrow for dinner.
They can stay overnight.
I just want to call on the chairman, Edung Ethekon, to tell him this is the highest level of bribery, treating citizens who the next day will be voting.
It's an election offense.
It's an election offense. This William Ruto must be reminded, and we said it in the statement, what you saw at Kasarani, that you will uphold, protect, and defend the Constitution, among other things, is to defend it against crimes, heinous crimes like bribery, bribing citizens.
Ekeonga kyobachori ne chimbebe IBC nigo litukolia lero yesoke kwanire mirobiri bigete kubwatikana no bachori boke obura cyokorekana sembonge ya Olkarau gukwana chinge kichomo myakirego we Ekeonga kyo Erastus Ethekone iga terune Ekeonga kinigo kerobertbene hasogo cyokoro bochori bobwane no bwasioko aseba gikeri onde bwense horachigo turbani hobochori bo igarachi ko mukeriwe tambokere tindi kelichiko.
So anybody who claims that the register has been manipulated is spreading false, misleading, and unsupported rumors. So we urge the citizens to ignore any such persons, be they politicians or activists or any other representative of anybody in this republic. As IBC, we take the issue of the register seriously, and we make sure that it's only the authentic register that is being used during these elections. We heard through a section of the media, and we have investigated this matter, where certain politician has urged the citizens of Olkalau not to show up with their IDs or their passports. That is completely misleading, and that matter the Commission is dealing with it decisively. Opening and closing of the polling stations. Ladies and gentlemen, again, as per the law and our regulations, the polling stations open at 6 a.m. and they close at 5 p.m. You heard some time back when we conducted the elections in other electoral areas, we saw one individual had taken a picture of their ballot paper after voting. They took pictures of the marked ballots and circulated it on the internet. We wish to remind Kenyans and indeed the voters of Olkalau that please do not take a picture of your ballot paper once you mark it, once you select the person you want to be your member of parliament. This is because the sanctity and the secrecy of the vote requires that you keep it secret. That's why it's very, very important that we facilitate you to vote by way of secret ballot. So it will defeat the purpose if you again make that ballot public. And it is against Section 7 of the Election Offences Act. You shall actually be prosecuted. And if you are found guilty, you will pay a fine a fine of up to 1 million Kenya shillings.
Mura benso muske William Ruto ni gori tukulia lero heso kibene na gotegi chisuwe timu chia basubati haneneli ya Junior Starlets amoneli ya Harambee Starlets haso kolibia ase chigosoli okwana hime ye nyumba yobra ya State House Raibenso Muske William Ruto ni gatebune serikali ne chikwende kibuna ngosirere chitimu echo asogo sira chi sector je chigosoli aigeme yensi yake.
As you head to Morocco to represent our nation, you carry the hopes and the pride of every Kenyan. And we wish you every success on this journey. You took control, won 3-1 on the day, and completed a 5-1 aggregate victory and booked your place at FIFA World Cup. It reminds us that when young people are given an opportunity and trusted to perform, they often rise beyond every expectation. And I want every young girl watching from all corners of Kenya to know that one day it could be them. That courage can neutralize reputation and belief can overcome pedigree. I want you girls to carry this lesson with you. To every girl watching us from Game in Siaya, Kibra in Nairobi, Amalemba in Kakamega, Tarbach in Wajir, Bamba in Kilifi, or from Lokichar in Turkana, hear this clearly. Where you come from does not determine where you can go. Talent is not confined to big cities. Greatness is not reserved for a privileged few. It can emerge from every village, every school, every county. Dream boldly, work relentlessly, and when opportunity comes, be ready.
Kwana jinga kecho boigo jinga kikira na somo yiga hoyo mujumba mochore korwase kaunti ya Nyamira Irene Nyakirali Mayaka igaruo kubolia gocha somo Raibenso Muske William Ruto gosira chitimu cha basubati echo cyabachi okolibya hagati ya timu ya basubati ya Shabana Starlets yaba hababuye hasenko ya Women National Super League aso mwaka w'ekiriwe 2025 nomo abo banyoro obunyangongo hase ogo gotema gwaswa hasenko yeyo ikoboigo etimu eyo yabake okini wago chia senko ya Kenya Women Premier League.
Women League is not very well sponsored, and we'd really like for them to have sponsorship. But also, Your Excellency, yesterday when you were receiving Migori, the youth team, there was outcry from the National Super League winners, the Shabana Starlets and the Madari, because they've also been promoted. And Your Excellency, unajua kucheza kama wewe. Wale wasichana pia wachezewe kama vile unajua. And speaking of regulation and bills, Your Excellency, I did sponsor a sports amendment bill that seeks to criminalize match fixing and match manipulation in Kenya, because what we want is to have sports integrity, and I know you're a big supporter of sports integrity. I remember when Junior Starlets first went to the World Cup, there was an issue of some of them who were in grade 9 and in Form 4 who were not able to, who had to get permission to be able to do special examinations. And I hope that will also be done for them when they go for the World Cup in October, that they will not be affected and that they'll have special exams to participate. Your Excellency, is to thank FKF for what they have done for the sports fraternity in this country.
Na we kiragabo manchumo ligera nongwe kiromweli wo mangana maya Ekeonga Chinsa chabono botuko kolende chikoraga Chinsenye ingira nengomanya sinchira yo boikirano iterane Cyrus Nyakundi asense moye manyeryo igalenge Wilson Makolio yana kichibicha na muri wego chira sinchira yo boikirano igalenge Wilfred Matunduro yana kichibicha na muri wego chira sinchira yo boikirano igalenge yunuke atuti nago sebiruta ruboligerelia urubye.
Baraka ninjo, ninjo Getembe, ninjo Dorome, Mangana man, Bangina ninjo.
Omurigereria bugekera mukimaise kya Getembe litukuria rero
iyo tuchi kutwara obosemia bwa mwanyagiti bwa obosemi bwa mwamugusi tuchi kukwanire goro ya mang'ana ari ekigusi arengeta abantu baita bwese momenyete na abantu nore nense yitingima Kenya buna bono togotebana ki kwambwatiri mang'ana baraguri batarutenje iga nkinge njo yaye okobekerwe ngana abantu bachikuriga yengana yarenge kumbe teyo ngakingane ngakimwate beteiga ngayane royo yatariere kwambwatiri mang'ana baraguri batarutenje kara baraguri mbarengo abamanyia mang'ana bona mang'ana arendo kono kubwatia abantu ense amabweta ayino yaroje mwambwatiri mang'ana baraguri batarutenje igorenda sante ono kubwatia abantu mang'ana atabarengeti nando mugusia agatebana ki na atumire chenge mang'ana ngusamise kale kano gocheta racha eng'ana nere tutamanyeti tukanyete ngatigeche aikwa makona ko yaka kaninga ineriga eterachi ne ikirana eng'ana karaye takuna karaye manyaboronge na atumire chenge mang'ana ngusamise kano goche teracha angakyayo gotanganira chenge naye chenge yaya na atumire chenge mang'ana ngusamise kale kano gocheta racha
Magaka ninjo, ninjo getembe, ninjo dorome, mangana man, magina ninjo.
Eduka ya Uhuru Superstores ye gutoke meyo mu cyobosongo nkonya bale ebintu buna bono mbabwate esukari kurwasa chi company ao obusi bw'ingano amabuta y'icingeni kurwasa chi company ao amajani kurwasa company ya Keteba echumbi ya Kensalt egati bintu binde binge bwigo nkonya bale chirangiche company ya Crown asibego bakonya amabati kurwasa company ya MRM aywale ayechi size ao nabego ni chirangi ao nkonya bale black sheet egati bintu binde binge inyura nka mbabwa tobokoreri obu yabuna bono uyabo bosombi gose transportation mbabwa tobokoreri wa forklift asibego bokoreri wa which customer care buri obu ibirengo bigoro totigara magega agirira rero bwikumbolere ibintu biga aseri gurira mu buko asamange totalere asinsemo cha Uhuru complex eyerange namagacho asafaricom boigo no tukutuka sakro ku JM Towers angena credit bank ime yomuchi wosongo bakere simgwetera search number chabo 0111 161 500 Uhuru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani.